Hello everyone and welcome back to the What's Your Meta Insight series. Now this week we have got a very special guest of ours, a friend as well, many of the people in the Meta family, is our man James Wright from the now pretty renowned Gallus Baffies. Jambo, how are you doing?
I'm good, yeah, working away. Plenty of shoes on at the moment, so working all day on them, so pretty good. Plenty queuing up as well, so yeah, just painting away, working away, usual, yeah.
So I'm guessing this has become pretty much a full-time job when you've been in lockdown then compared to your normal 9 to 5 job that you've also got.
Yeah, it's a balancing act as always. You're always trying to drop down a few days at work, normal job to do more of this now. Now that I've got more and more customers coming through and more work that's building up, so it's quite nice to be able to actually do more of this rather than a real job.
That people who don't know the story, which we'll go into in a second of Gallus Baffies, is that ultimately you do this in your spare time, don't you?
Yeah, it was. I must admit, like looking on Instagram and stuff like that, you're always looking for the nicest kit and the fanciest kit and like the most bling kit that everyone's got. And there was probably maybe a couple of folk. There was like Artful Kicks. He's doing this. He's been doing this longer than me. He's really, really got some amazing stuff. And then like Velo Kicks, they're always posting up, new artwork, everyone's shoes. I thought I could probably do that. That's the kind of, and then that's kind of, I was like, yeah, I could probably done a bit of painting and stuff like that before, and all that sort of stuff. So I was like, I could probably stretch to that. I wonder how hard it is. So I asked a few questions, and yeah, that was kind of where it goes. And now, spare time is kind of turned into, a wee business essentially, which is quite nice.
Brilliant. I mean, that's you kind of been a bit vague about how you get into it there, but I did a bit of painting and stuff like that. But was there any kind of background that you've got? Did you do art at school? Did you, have you just always had you've been quite good with your hands when it comes to stenciling stuff, and you've always been quite, since I've known you, you've always been quite arty. Has that always been in you?
I've always done a lot of art at school, higher art, then went to art school, done a wee bit of graphic design, hated it, stopped doing it, and then, but I think just messing about with stuff in general. Like before I was into like road cycling and cyclocross, I used to do like mountain bike trials, and to just kind of mess about, making your own stuff and bodging stuff together and working stuff out yourself. So I've always just enjoyed doing that sort of thing and being a bit creative. And it's nice to actually have a bit of a creative outlet. That's I think you can do 9 to 5 job, come home. Everyone, most of the folk watching this will be enjoying the bike, out the bike and stuff. But it's nice to have a wee bit of a creative outlet where you're not thinking about anything other than the job in hand and what you're actually doing, which is quite nice.
So my question then is, do you prefer to have like a gig that's presented to you, or do you prefer when people go, just give me something? Do you still prefer to do that, or are you getting a bit more stricter with kind of ideas and that sort of stuff just because you're getting so busy?
Do you know what? I think out of like most shoes, there's like I've got to credit a lot of my customers. They'll come to me with sometimes really specific ideas of what they want, which aren't always the best, you know. But like, nah, you don't want that, mate. Sorry, or I don't want to do that. And most folk come round to my way of thinking, which is quite nice.
That's part of the artistic license, isn't it? I suppose. But so when did it actually all kick off? I think I remember seeing the first sort of chat about this was what, 2017, maybe 18? Is it as far back as that?
Well, I think that I've done my own set of empires, which is kind of like coppery rose gold stripy numbers, and posted them up. And then Was it? I think you were the next pair. I think your Giro. Oh, there we go. Still looking quite fresh.
They're probably like the second pair you did, maybe, and they're still alive.
Looking good.
Still good.
Definitely do.
I definitely mean. But that was a good few years ago now, wasn't it?
And it was cool because I'd done yours, and then like straight after that, I think the very next pair was for Louise Hastings, and ended up going to Commonwealth Games, which is class.
Aye.
You know, I think like just watching your own stuff like on TV or like watching a set of shoes do like oh, I done them, and it was cool because you was wearing like my sprinting straps I do as well. Because I think you had a set of them, and like you zoomed in the pictures, like kind of setting up the bike and stuff like that. So with Johnny Whale, he went Commonwealths with a set of straps as well, which was class to watch.
So it's not just the shoes, you also do the sprint straps, and has there been the odd helmet done as well? I think I've seen.
I've done maybe one or two helmets. I would rather leave that to folk who are very good at helmets. You know, so I would say to do it right, you need a bigger setup than what I've got at the moment. So, you know, there's a few good guys out there doing helmets now. One of the guys, Baldy, who, you know, he does a lot of stuff for Watt Bike. So he's done all their Barbados helmets and stuff like that, the big Hawk Star Wars helmets they've got, you know. So, yeah, I kind of pushed them towards him, and he's done some cracking work on them. You know? So, right. It's nice to throw shoes my direction as well. So, I'm getting a balance.
It's good to have that kind of that relationship with other creators, I suppose, because let's be honest, there's enough of the pie for everybody, isn't there, around about. Well, like you're doing this sort of work, shoes, it said there's always going to be somebody, you know, who's you can take influence from, but also can kind of inspire you as well, I thought.
It's really cool because, like, I suppose we mentioned Artful Kicks, but like since I've started doing it, there's been dozens of folk popping up doing it. Some good, some not so good. And one guy, Feet Up Customs on Instagram, me and him, we bounce ideas off each other. Like, oh, have you tried this? Have you used this? What about that? How did you do that? You know, constantly. And that's quite nice to have someone else that's just kind of finding their way through it and kind of working it out. It gives you a bit of a jump in expertise and a bit of, you know, gives you a wee bit of advantage, you know, when you are both working together on something. You'll probably both have experience of different types of shoes or different jobs you've maybe done. You know, it's no hassle asking. It's not as if it's coming across cheeky or, you know, he's quite happy to answer, same as me for most folk.
It's like anything, once you get into kind of a world of stuff, it becomes quite a small world and you get to know the right people, and it can be, you know, word gets around quick, whether it's good or negative, I suppose, in any aspect of a business. But do you get a rough idea of how many pairs of shoes you've done to this very, very day? Give or take a couple of hundred.
I don't think it's that many, but maybe, I don't know. If it's that many, I suppose it's about 150, 200 pairs maybe.
And how long does it take roughly for? Because obviously time's the biggest element when it comes to kind of, we say 150, it's like, it doesn't sound that much, but kind of working hours, how long does it actually take to, obviously the design is ultimately what's going to be the default to how long it's going to take to do a pair of shoes, but what's your kind of average sort of time? Is it a week? Is it 2 weeks? Is it like 3 days? Or what's the gig with that?
I think the longest set of shoes that I've ever spent on was about 3 weeks. Maybe even a wee bit longer than that by the time you take into account, you know, maybe sitting designing and coming together with an idea, talking to the customer as well, you know, because of social media and Instagram and things like that, you become very, very available all of the time, as you'll know. So you'll have lots of questions, lots of folk answering, just constantly asking them stuff, and what type of paint do you use, all that sort of, these questions that you answer a million times, and you then, when you start a job, you've got this kind of process of coming together with an idea, maybe share a few images together, and try and build up a design and an idea. You kind of forget how that you're doing that, and you forget to factor that into the time as well. So by the time you've done that and you actually receive a set of shoes, I always just say, well, it's from when I first get a set of shoes, that's kind of when I start timing how long it takes. But I would say, for most, probably a week you could spend on it. Some of the simpler designs, you could maybe do 2 or 3 days, but you don't want to be doing it fast. It's something that takes time, and I think that's the difference as well. Is that if you're rushing through stuff, trying to do it, especially when you're doing the detail work, you'll end up making a mistake, having to start from scratch again. So it's worth taking the time to do it right, and then that's it. When you do that as well, they'll last the best of time as well. Become a bit more robust.
So have you had a particular pair of shoes that have really kind of stood out to be the ones that you thought, I really like doing that design? Or are you like, as a design that you like to do constantly? I see in the background you get a pair of the Adidas versions. They seem to be popping up quite a lot. Well, sorry, the 3 striped versions at the back. Now and then.
Yeah, I've done a set for those for a guy, and posted them up, and folk went absolutely wild for them. And for the life of me, I was a bit shocked, because everyone loves, how everyone's got these Adam Life. Everyone loves Life shoes. You know what I mean? These are the fancy Nikes and all that. So got loads of Nikes, and I never expected doing a set of Adidas style shoes. What's the word? What am I allowed to say? Am I allowed to say that?
A 3 stripe, maybe a 3 stripe design.
Yeah, a stripy shoe design. They would be so popular, and yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Everyone was wanting to sit, and I think because it wasn't on, a 200 or 300 quid shoe, it became quite achievable for most folk in a certain way. Like, it wasn't £500 for a set of shoes or something wild like that. So most folk could be like, oh yeah, I could actually get them. So yeah, I've done quite well with those. So that's been probably the most popular. But in general, refurbing, I suppose the bread and butter it started with was like refurbing Giro Empires, which was cool, because you kind of make them brighter and whiter. I've done my own ones, I've done like kind of white with a nice gold logo. And then I've done loads of nice navy blue ones that Giro didn't do a really nice navy empire at that point. They became really popular, everyone wanted them. And I suppose it kind of fitted with the style and the fashion of cycling kit that we're kind of, everyone's got nice navy blue.
Yeah.
And it's all very monotone, and I think that sort of style, it's not always the kind of jazzy out there stuff that's.
What are you trying to say? What's wrong with that?
No, they're okay. They go with your kit at least.
But obviously there's probably that many to talk about. You could spend a full hour chatting about it, but there's been several big names across road, track, triathlon that have came to you. I mean, Simon Clark for EF Education, Sebastian Kienle for World Ironman champion, one of the biggest names in Ironman. How did that happen? You know what I mean? Because it's like suddenly you've got all these guys. Is this purely just came through the Instagram factor, and also the quality of work that you're doing. I don't. It's not like advertising.
Like, so I would do a lot of work with Watchshop, doing speed plate conversions. So, but how that kind of came about, I don't, you know, somewhere, well, Dan Bingham, he must have just, this guy just likes messing about with stuff, and he's in Glasgow. Do you think he could do that? And I was like, oh, I'd be able to do it. And the next thing I had, you know, a few dozen sets of shoes for them to go away to the Track World Cup, and basically install these little speed plate, drill them out for their speed plate conversion, and then they now sell them on their website. And anytime that happens, the shoes get sent to me. I fit them for them, and then yeah, a lot of the time it'll lead to kind of custom work, like for Simon Clark. You know, so we've got a set of his shoes. You know, the other day, just
Nice.
a little bit of personalisation, but you can see the kind of shim that goes. Can you see that? It goes on the bottom of them. So he's already got like 3 sets of these that we've done for him. And this will be his 4th one. So you'll be able to see these on TV for the coming season, whenever or wherever it kicks off.
That's pretty, I mean, that's obviously, Clarkie's a big name, and Sebastian Kienle, as I mentioned earlier, but you get a wee, I remember hearing a story about someone chapping in your door sometime about, I don't know, December from the Track World Cup. One of the big Dutch guys ended up coming to your door and dropping a pair of shoes off. Just so happened to be the world champion, I think.
Big Jan William Van Schip. That was cool. He's a really cool guy. Like, really cool. Like, just like mad. Like, yeah, did a conversion for him. Met him for a coffee in town and stuff like that. Had a chat. He's just like really on board. Like, always wanting to find his little edge of any performance game. So he would choose set up with conversion stuff like that, and ended up doing like a refurb on he's specialised at the time, road shoes as well. So that was cool.
So we've kind of covered when it started, who you've worked with, and all that sort of stuff. But there has been a few questions, actually. We have got quite an interactive audience to this. So I've got a few questions I'm going to read to you. What kind of paint do you use? You probably get asked this daily.
Who asked that? Yeah, that's probably the most popular question. Folk have stopped asking it. I maybe gave some polite answers and some not so polite answers, but yeah, I use it as an acrylic paint, usually by a company called Angelus, who do specialist paints for leather, and probably the only reason we can do this to shoes is because of the sort of products that they've brought out for doing trainer customizations for like sneakers, if you want to call them that, an American company, which is absolutely huge. So, and that's probably where the whole customizing cycling shoes came from. We brought it over from that. It's really cool. So it's a really hard wearing, waterproof, durable paint. It's fantastic. And then over time, messing about with different paints and things like that, I started using Jacquard airbrush paint, which is another specialist acrylic, which I found to be a bit harder wearing and a bit easier to use as well. And then, yeah, there's a few other paints and secret stuff that I don't tell folk, but that's the kind of main ones, if you ask.
One of the questions was, do you use Angelus 2 soft to adhere to shoe mesh? No.
Well, I know who it is that's asked that question as well. Yes, I do. Yeah, it's really good. You can, if you've got a very meshy shoe that's very soft fabric, if you just paint on that, it's going to dry and it'll go really hard. So we use it too soft to mix it into the paint, you spray it on, and it keeps it nice and soft and flexible when you're doing, imagine you had like a set of Nike Flyknits or something like that, that's totally mesh. You can still essentially paint them. It might not be so crisp, but it would be, that would be your go-to paint additive.
When did the shoe fetish begin?
In what way? I've always liked nice cycling shoes. So, what was my first set of cycling shoes? Good question. That would be, I had a set of Lakes with the boa in the heel.
Oh, aye, yeah.
Like CX236 or something like that. I had a set of them, but they were absolutely gummed. I wish I had known how to refurb them by the time I got rid of them. And then I suppose my first really nice set of Giro SLX, which I've still got to this day. They've lasted. I managed to refurb them a few times.
So the last question I'm going to take off Instagram is, what have we got? Are there any certain fabrics that you don't like to work with? Or I would guess maybe across cycling shoes, most of the fabrics are pretty similar. Would you find that? Or is there big changes?
I suppose the mesh fabrics that we were talking about earlier on, they're not great. If you look at the likes of kind of new breed of cycling shoe coming out that's super, super lightweight. So if you're looking at the new S-Works Exos, for example, it's such a flexible, soft, delicate material that it's not going to be ideal. You can paint it, it can be done, but I think anytime I want to paint something, I want it to last, and I want it to be a shoe that's going to last the test of time as well. That's why when you look at an SLX or something like that, it's a very robust, tough material it's made out of. And the same with a lot of the newer Giros, they're very meshy. They're obviously designed for folk in far warmer climates than we're in. They're not ideal for painting because, again, the mesh, it's not ideal. I can't get the same level of details I could on that as what you could do a really, hard kind of leather surface. So yeah, probably mesh is a bit of a no-no. I would always try and stay away from that.
I've got a couple of final questions to kind of round off, Jambo, and it's sort of like, so they spend there's so much money you can spend on cycling shoes, upwards of 300 plus quid. And I remember buying a brand new pair of S-Works when they came out, 2016, brand new pair of red ones. And I left the house. I was just going to leave the house, and the wee one ran out the front door. I had to chase her across the Chuckies, and the sole got absolutely annihilated. Is there any way, and do you know of a way that you can refurb a carbon sole which has been absolutely, I'm not going to say not big chunks of it, but the lacquer's been kind of scraped to buggery?
Yeah, you could if you wanted to, but then you've got to figure out, is it worth the effort of doing it, and then that happens again a few weeks later. Yeah. So with carbon soles, yeah, I'll tidy them up. I'll maybe give, some light scratches, I'll maybe give them a gentle sand down, and you could even go over them with another kind of coat of lacquer to tidy them up as well. But for most part, the soles, I tell most folk, I would just say, leave the sole. You're going to scratch it. It's inevitable, and I can guarantee you, the week after you've refurbed it fully, which is possible. It's totally possible. You could do it, but yeah, you've got to. Is it worthwhile doing it if you're going to scratch it again?
It's just that it's like you spend that much money on a pair of shoes, and it's like anything you buy, a new helmet. You're scared where you put it in case you get a dent in it or you scratch it, or your new white socks, all these sort of things. It's just see if there's a way and it can be done. So it sounds like it can be done, but obviously it's got to be a bigger chance of it happening again, isn't there?
So before you put on your nice new shoes and when you're setting up your cleats, so it's preempting that happening more than anything. Google, or in fact eBay, search for helicopter tape. clear helicopter tape. Don't use Gorilla tape because it's rubbish. It's still going to cut. But helicopter tape, that in the bottom of your shoes. If you're really clumsy, that's what to do. That up to your cleat, no more, and that'll protect your shoe and stop it getting wrecked.
Beautiful. So we kind of speak about shoe care. Any other tips to look after your shoes then? When you've had a great job done by Gallus Baffies and you want it to last forever, how should you look after your shoes? What should you use to clean them? Is it a hot soapy water? Is it baby wipes? What's your recommendations?
So see when you go and buy trainers or shoes in the shop, not cycling shoes, they tend not to hit you with that for some reason, but you go buy a nice set of trainers and they come out, oh, you want to buy any cleaning stuff with them? You know, you get little bottles of Rejuvenate or Sneakers ER, there's loads of companies, they're all fairly similar stuff. Just basically just a gentle soap with a really soft brush, depending on how dirty they get. So, you know, a soft cloth, nothing too coarse, especially if it's painted, can't stress that enough. Soft cloth, get a nice wipe, and that, for the most part, is kind of it. If you've got a nice shiny set of white shoes, that Siddies tend to be the worst. You've got white mesh in them, and white linings in them. Get yourself a good brush like that. You know, nice soft. It's not as coarse as like a kind of nail brush, but softer. And that with the soap, working it in, will really bring them back up to life again. And then the other thing that I get asked quite a bit is like toe rub. You know, you've got a wee bit of tyre rub, you get a bit of overlap or whatever. I think
like there, like that.
The short, that's the one. The shorter rubbers tend to get. You know, I wouldn't do this on a painted shoe, but if you've got a nice white shoe you've done it and it's quite a new shoe, which tends to be the case, a wee cotton wool ball with a wee bit of acetone and go very gently on it, and that will take off. Because it tends to be a rubber residue that's left on the actual shoe itself, and that'll take it off. Just don't go too wild with it. Yep.
Mega. I see there's a couple of pairs in the background. Is there anything else you can kind of show us recent designs you've done, or is they all kind of hidden?
Well, I've done this today. This is quite cool because so Adidas ones, we've all seen them, but can you see them? Adidas stripy shoe style. But this is, so these are going to Italy. And the guy messaged me and he's like, yeah, I'm really interested in these. I ride a Colnago. I was like, oh yeah, cool. I was like, oh, is it like a vintage one? He's like, I've got a few. I was like, all right, yeah, cool. And then it turns out he's like actual Mr. Colnago. He's one of the family, so I suppose he's just sold off the company. But yeah, so that's pretty wild. That I was a bit kind of awestruck with that, but yeah, they'll go out to Italy later on in the week. So
when I looked at the only place to ride that shoe would be Italy. I mean, what is the shoe underneath that though?
Well, that's Simon Clark's one. So that's the new City 60s.
Right.
So these brought out to celebrate City's 60th anniversary. And again, so he's had a few sets of these sent out for this season. We get a wash-off conversion on them for his speed plays, which kind of drops the stack height, gives him a bit of a kind of cleaner, more aero shoe. But yeah, and then he's got Clarky in the side, kind of nice graffiti style, which I thought he was like, just do whatever you want, and I was like, I don't want to go too well, so that's what he got.
See the Adidas shoe. What model of shoe is it that you actually do then? Because I've seen the black and white ones. Is that the same model of shoes you've done the black and white ones on the? Is it or what is it?
So These are Mavic Cosmic Boars, so that's kind of what they look like.
Wow, okay.
Box. I don't have a black Adidas one actually, but yeah, that's kind of what you do.
Cool.
And that one. So it's, again, it's not an expensive shoe. It's probably about £100. And if you want a custom shoe done, probably can't get much better than that. I wouldn't say you maybe want to race on it, or you want to, but if you want just a nice custom shoe that you maybe use day to day, or nice cafe ride or whatever, it's perfect. Nice blank space on it, and do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like a nice, there's nothing really on it, there's not much perforation on it. It looks like a nice smooth surface where you can really just kind of go to town on it.
Yeah, it looks like a really traditional cycling shoe, isn't it? It's like, if you're looking at, it's got the holes, the perforations, like your kind of old Adidas or shoes used to have, which is quite cool. But yeah, just nice and simple. And I think that's, if you're looking for a custom cycling shoe, the cleaner and the simpler the design of the shoe, the better, because it tends to give you a bit more space and it's a bit easier to paint, mask and things like that as well. So, yeah.
Cool. So, this is now a few years on from your first pair. You're getting pretty renowned. I mean, I was out this last few weeks. I've been out with the odd couple of people when I've been riding, and you can spot a pair of Gallus Baffies a mile away because they're so unique, and you always get drawn to a shoe, and you're like, that looks like who did your shoes for you? And it'll turn out that it's shoes. So the word's definitely getting around. And obviously the momentum that you're carrying off the quality of work you're doing, mate, is brilliant. And so far, it's been astounding to watch the way in which it's grown, and it's proper cool to see. But the question is, where does it go for you?
I think doing it full time has got to be the way. Do it full time. I've got a few kind of funny ideas that I want to try. Wouldn't mind trying to make my own shoe at some stage, but that's sort of see these nice carbon shoes that, GB pay about $4,000 a pair for. I thought, wonder if you could make them. So yeah, maybe get a kind of workshop space or studio space where you can do that and, get involved in doing some crazy projects and then doing more painting. Do it full time, and just the good thing about that, when you're doing it so often, just getting better and better and better as well. And then more folk coming to you with crazier ideas, which is quite cool as well. So.
There you go. No, it's great to see, mate. And again, thank you for giving up your time this evening to have a quick chat and be part of this Insight series. We wish you all the best with the future of Gallus Baffies, and let you get back to finishing off that kitchen you were doing last week. Hopefully you've finished it.
The shoes were old for that. Well, thanks for
pleasure, mate. And it's great to see you smiling amid the mental lockdown we're in right now. So look after. We'll be in touch with you very soon. Maybe a couple of pair of shoes I might need done if you get any space.
No. All right, send them over.